My one dupe that's supposed to be a rocket. Oh, ha. It's not actually set up on his priorities. Yes. That's why. That's why. So he was a pilot from the bottom. A Scout, Kalen. Welcome in, Commando. I see you over there. Let me know if you have any questions. And dude, I see you, man. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're having a good Thursdays. So there's someone with the rocket hat that I'm looking for. There he is. He's not allowed to do researching. That's what I need him to do. And then with that, that's all he needs to do now in order to go here. I think. It doesn't list me, but I should be able to path there. This is green. Yeah, we could get there. What's happening? What's stopping him from actually getting to the command capsule? Alright, let's click. Let's unclick. There we go. Number 1, operating. Yeah, he should be allowed. Let's go back to here. Operating. And there we go. Number 1. So he should be on the way. Good stuff, good stuff. Now we got to do this one. So we use the same values, 332, because it's going to be the same thing. Oh, I maximized this. This is what happens when you leave the game running for a while. Oh, man. We have to do that and let it start off-gassing. Oxalate is slowly off-gassing. Feels bad. Alright, so they can sweep it back to the storage bin, which we have a lot of the oxalate anyway, so it should be fine. But we need the dupes to not overfill that, because that actually makes a rocket trip a little bit worse. We're waiting for the guys still. Okay, so we're just going to do a launch on this side then. Alright, so this guy is ready. We're launching it here to do the studies over here. Let's go. We have liftoff. It gets really hot. 2,000 degrees. My window tiles is at 1,000. That's not bad. It's cooling down, actually. Alright, and they're picking up the oxalite. Let's go. Wow, you picked up like 2,000 of it. That guy's strong. Hopefully they don't drop it to the bottom of the map. That'd be pretty bad. Oxalite refinement could give at max 360 kilograms per second. That's not a lot, actually. I might need a second one as a result. Or just go into straight, literally just go straight into liquid oxygen. That's probably a little bit easier. No! They dropped the oxalite! I hear you, Mamba. I hear you, babies. You're okay. You're okay. My kitty cat wants attention right now. I hear you. I hear you. Alright, alright. So... Is he in? Is he in? He's in. Okay, sweet. So I could now close that. The door's already open for us to set this up. And we are already going to the carbon spot. Nice. Rocket number 3. Good, good. I want to mine this out when we can. We already have a ladder on the right to get back up. Now the only thing is I need to set up the space scanner for this rocket. So we're just going to ladder all the way up. And then I need to line it up with the doors. So this is that door. And then this door is going to be closed. We could easily do something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. On the edge of the space scanner, so I don't have to worry too much. Automation, space scanner here. Of course, that means we're going to need the automation wires. Make that out of lead. Have that come straight up. And we're going to need another gate here. Same thing. And then do the same thing here with a bridge. I'm a little bit worried it might melt my wires, so I will use steel here. And then the remainder of this is going to be steel as well, actually. So it's going to be these two down to here, and then the rest of this is going to be iron. Alright, so we need to set that up for the automation for this rocket, so we could set it up. Oxalite is maximized, so we could actually retract the bridge. And then we just need a new rocket pilot to go into this spot. This is going to go back to here. And we have the cargo bay to grab the items. All right, rocketry. Let's go. So from that, we're doing all right. And we're ready to open this up. I could actually make this into another spawn, because this is partially already set up for another submerged spawn setup already. We have a spawn there. I wouldn't mind one here. The only problem is I don't have a water source nearby. No water means it's probably not a good location. I think what I'll do, is I think we need to make a second spawn here. And I think the easiest way to do it is just mirror this design. That might be the play. Also, pro strats. You guys might be wondering why I'm building the mesh tiles right here. That's because we could do something weird. I'm gonna wait for the autosave lag first. Are we good? Are we good? Alright, so the weird thing about this that's really cool is we could mop this. It's weird, mopping a liquid that's not at the bottom of the map. So by building mesh tiles, you could mop out liquids that are floating on top of another liquid. So we see that this is less than the 150 kilogram threshold. This allows us to build mesh tiles and then mop that away. So everything that's not oil, we get into a bottle, and then we could actually relocate that manually. And by doing this, the goal I want to have is basically, we're going to tap into this geyser. So we're going to mop out all the non-oil first, and then push the oil over to this side. That's going to be the play, basically. We have a lot of liquids that should be stabilizing and be moved, but I want to go through the ice right now. So the best way to do that is just move the liquid. So we just mop it up. Easy does it. Look at Ruby. Mopping up the liquids. Easy time. So this is a saltwater geyser right here. And we're going to be going through this as a water source. So the problem with that is that this cannot provide enough water for 4 electrolyzers, because I have the same exact one here, 8.795, 405, 735. This is the same thing here. So this doesn't keep up. But I think what we could do is, well, actually, how much water does this generate? This is salt water, right? So salt gives me 4.6. Oh, I do need a second desalinator, actually. I do need a second desalinator. That's a pain. So the idea is that I'm going to make a second spawn here. That's going to be mirrored and another liquid lock entrance. But what we're going to do is we're going to combine them eventually. And I want it to use this water source to store into here. But because of how I need a second desalinator, it's probably not feasible. Because we could add 3 right here, use this for 3 of them, and then have the rest of the water pipe out to here as well to help out. Outside of that, yeah, we run into problems of not enough water. The only other thing I could tap into is a cool steam vent or melting ice. Melting ice is not sustainable long term, so it feels bad, man. Oh, someone's getting burned. Dude, what the hell? That's illegal. You gotta stop busting out, man. We really need this suit line. Alright, so it's breathable everywhere, right? It just feels like there's a lot of spots on my map that need to be better handled with the oxygen. We do have distribution, but it's like, I feel like it's not enough for more suits like that. Like, everything's moving. It's not enough. It's probably time to start tapping into all that, right? Yeah, okay. So, let's ladder this down, get to the Poke Shells. We'll start wanting to trim this out. Let's do a small trim right there. From this side, we can start mining. Easily mine this out. That lag. Easily mine that out. And then we need to start trimming this. Ice falls, ice falls. Yeah, we'd still mop. Do a lot of the mopping still. Gotta move some of the oil over, which shouldn't be too bad. Tap into the water geyser right there. And then is there anything else I could tap into? That cool slush water is not bad. But I don't want to rely on that as a water source because I'm going to have to temper it, which is not that bad at the same time. Give me a sec, you guys. Oh, Mama's back on the bed. Feels bad. He didn't get his attention. So, ethanol into polluted water does add some juice into the spawn build. It's just not sustainable long term, which is fine. I have a lot of ice. Again, not sustainable long term. What geyser was this again? Oh, this is another oxygen geyser. Oh, I could tap into that. That's actually very tappable. Like how we tapped into this one. The problem is that I don't want to build an aqua tuner system just for that. And this is barely running. I could probably have this aqua tuner loop go over to here. I think that's going to be a play. We're going to do a quick tamer design. Alright, so... have to have that there because I can't build anywhere else. Have to relocate the ladder, which is fine. We're going to build one of these again, basically. It's going to produce cold oxygen for us. That's going to be the deal. And that's going to help supplement a lot of the generation that we're going to have. That might also cause some bad problems with the gases at the bottom. Very unbreathable here now. Put this back up to 6 seconds and start crushing the gases. A lot of polluted oxygen as well. Yeah, okay. So from here, I think the best thing to do is do a ladder like this. And then just do a minor dig through. Any sleet wheat we get, we just store it. We have a lot of sleet wheat here probably. 108 grains, that's not bad. And then just store it back to the top. Slowly start trimming out this area. And then make another spawn. We already have an aqua tuner there. With no juice? Why does this have no juice? There's not enough juice on the hydrogen line right here? Is this real, dude? My aqua tuner is struggling. Oh, it's because this is not on the same line. That's funny. I just have that attached to a thing like that. That could be the extra power we need, man. Feels bad. I should put it on attached. So let me pull this like this. And just attach it on the power. Remove that battery. We kind of need that juice. It seems like when we're desalinating is having a couple problems. Should be fine though. Once we get the additional setups over here, it shouldn't be as bad. Let's remove this setup. We don't need the deodorizer anymore. And then we'll start mining through this area. Still mopping. No. Oh, that sucks. No, we should still be able to mop. Yeah, there we go. We're supposed to mop everything. Have everything spill over, mop it up, clean it up. Boiler's still working. Nice, nice. And then we're building the system here for some more extra oxygen. This should help us out a little bit. Not that we need the temperature, we just want the resource so that the vents pressurize faster and then just go into the suits. Outside of that, we're looking for a water source. There was a cool steam vent here. That could be water. That could be water right there. Is what I'm thinking. That could be water. Oh yeah, we never started cooling this. Alright, so this is gonna go down to... we'll go with 0 degrees. This is polluted water, so it won't freeze. Only problem is this room, since it's not in a vacuum, it's kind of a problem. So I will probably want to fix that. Let's add a layer of water into here. And then we'll vacuum it out, lock the door. Once we have that, we can actually have to stabilize because the cold energy is not going to leak out anymore. That's going to be pretty good. After that, maybe we don't need to condense that. I guess that's going to be something we could do later on because we do have space in the area. So we'll try to go for the saltwater geyser at the bottom first. All right, so this is very moppable on this side. We're going to start mopping here as well. Got to mop as much of it up as we can. Spill water over to here. And then we're going to have to go down, so we're going to get the ladders ready. Or not, because I'm going to have to build out the tiles, right? Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, we'll wait on that. We'll wait on that. Alright, so we need to grab the salt water. We're going to have to prepare this area. Expand the spawn out a little bit. Shout out to TXpan Handle with the gift subs. I see you. Seems like pips can plant multiple rows from lower one being 3 plants behind. Yes, I do that sometimes. That does work. As long as the top row is ahead, that does work. Yep, if you stagger them enough, you could technically, depending on how long it is, you could have a lot. It's like a weird line that goes diagonally like that. Yeah. Look at that emote, dude. Yeah. Alright, so the pips are ready here. So we can remove the pips from this room now. Deconstruct. All these are gone. Technically this tile. And then this door. And then all of these tiles. And then the pinch of pepper nuts we could do something with. Outside of that, I might want to remove the space heater soon. It might be heating up the dash of salt lines a little bit too much. Never did such big farms because they big. I feel that. It's a little bit big, man. I get that. Alright. Still got candies to munch on from Halloween, but maybe later after dinner. That's still in the oven. Dude, man. You know what they say. You're not supposed to... Oh, something got entombed. Ah, it's just a rocket. Don't want to eat candy before dinner is going to ruin your dinner, man. Just saying. Alright, so we have no fuel in here, so we have to start looping that. So we need to do this pipeline. And then this connects here, that connects here, that connects here. I cut this, and I cut that. Alright, trying to get some petroleum into here to launch. And we need another rocket pilot. So, getting strats. Want to plant a ton of arbitraries. Got 600 plus seeds. Too much for me, I see. Gotta start feeding it to the Pakus, man. The necessary evils. Feed the seeds to the Baku. Gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Alright, so I could go down this way, which means I could trim here. And then someone's trapped. How'd you get trapped? You're not trapped. Yeah, dude. Oh, he lied to me. He wasn't actually trapped, dude. These dupes. Causing problems, man. Alright, so we gotta replace this with airflow again. So that it's a little bit easier for chlorine flow. Adding in the airflow tiles like this is probably going to lower the temperature. Due to the fact that I think the temperature for this is low, right? But I want to do it. And then I also need it because I can't reach the pinch of pepper nuts above me. I can't harvest, so I gotta do this. Feels bad, man. Already abandoned Pakus since got all the crabs in the world and pepper bread for everyone. Oh, man. Dude, that's illegal. You need to fall down, buddy. There we go. Splash back into the family. He should not be standing on top of air like that. That was weird. Oh, dude. Huge rip. All the problems. Oh, man. It happened again. Oh, it's because I never attached the hydrogen line to here. Oh, my God. So I overpulled power that I wasn't able to generate. Because I attached a new line. so that this doesn't come from the other power source. And it was too much power because I didn't get... Oh my god, okay. So let me cut this line temporarily. So we don't have the aqua tuner running. The other things need to turn on. I could turn off the oxygen pumps for now, though. So that everything goes into the hydrogen line. Right? We need this, we need this. I think that's going to stabilize again. Because we are getting some more gas coming in. Once we get enough hydrogen, it should re-power up, and then we could reattach the power sources. It's not that we ran out of hydrogen. I forgot to attach the 5th generator that I needed. Ah, it sucks. Be like that sometimes. Messed up, messed up. Make sure I didn't replace any of the natural tiles over here. Yep, we're out of power again. Getting some more juice. I think it's going to be fine. This side is going to be unpowered, though, I think, as a result. No, it's actually all good. It's just a rock crusher that turns off. I do want to continue crushing granite into sand because I have way too much. Alright, so that should be fine. Alright, so back into here, I need a little bit of water on the ground. I have no water available, so I need to make sure to open some up. This has 2.7 tons of water. That's pretty good. We could spill that out. The suits here are still open. Okay, so none of the rockets are back. We have enough fuel now, so we can cut the line. Alright, so everything's just going to loop back into the storage, and then we could start another launch. So that means I need to make another rocket pilot. Alright, so the last rocket pilot I got was Travado. And we're trying to find someone with the interest in both suit wearing and science. I don't have a lot of dupes like that, sadly. Dude, I really don't have any dupes that want to be pilots, huh? Oh, here we go, Ruby. Pure pilot trees. All right, so we're gonna give you the helmet so that we could just figure out which one you is, because I have like 10 rubies, and then that's gonna be the pilot here. Ruby. This is gonna be renamed Solid Mamba #1. This is gonna be grabbing out solid cargo. Makes sense. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. We have ladders here, right? So we should do this tile. And then we're going to grab the rail here. This is going to be a chute. This is going to be when we come back and drop off the resources. And then I should mine that out so it's not entombed. Still building that, which is fine. And I think I have to shut down one more door. So that's going to bop one more solar panel, but it's going to be fine. So I do this, that, this, that, and then I do this. Oh, there's steel here? Oh, it feels bad. Feels bad. We have 5 kilograms of steel just sitting on top of the bunker doors. Alright, so that's going to allow us to make this possible with the power wires. Like solid snake. Have you guys ever used the name generators for the video games? There was the Metal Gear Solid name generator. And I remember one time when I was in high school, some of the people I met were like, dude, let's start a new character and make a guild and have all of our names come from the Metal Gear Solid name generator. And it was wild. I didn't really get that far, but we did that. It was all memes, dude. All memes. I was also a while ago, though. But I remember doing that, man. I remember doing that. It was indeed fun times. Alright, so we're waiting for the dupes, cleaning up that. This is going to be ready now. Everything is on auto harvest. We have salt right here. We're going to move the suits down so that this better lines up with everything else. And we're not going to plant anything here, but I just want to move the suits down so that we could run straight across to the ladders instead of having to climb across the geysers. Alright, so we wait for that. Everything here is looking alright. Let's replace this. And then we get water as a result. Sweet. Alright, so that is carbon dioxide classic. We'll just get a little bit more water first before we do anything. This is moppable. Don't have to deal with that. There is no more liquid in here. Good, good. Get that deconstructed as well. Get to the mops. Oh, and we're no longer using polluted water for anything. So I should actually dump it back. Yes. Copy, paste. Move the P water back into the tank. Use Elvish translator for names. Ooh. Didn't really think about that, but that's, yeah, that could be a theme, dude. Have the homies come in. Immediately, you know one of the homies is going to name himself Legolas. The classic name. Of course, right? Oh, yeah, what's your Elvish translator name? Oh, Legolas. Oh, that's bullshit. You call BS on that. Like, nah, man. No way you got that. No way you got that. Stop lying to me, man. Real talk. Aelthar actually means forest champion. Hey, I see you over there. So that's how you got your name, huh, Aelthar? I put my name into the Wu-Tang Clan generator, and I got 2 legit city. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. It is what it is. Toilets. What? Why can't I not click on this? The toilets work. Toilets are fine. Alright, it might be my schedules. Alright, let's redo this. We should have 30 people per schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 16. Okay, we don't have enough people. Let's at least get to 24. So let's move 8 people to the left. Yeah, I have 50 people on one schedule. Yep, makes sense. You play a lot of ranger classes. That makes sense if you're a forest champion. Not gonna lie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. So I should have 24 people on this one now, which I should. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3, 24. Sweet. This one is at 16 still, so I gotta add people to that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, and then it's this one. Alright. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then autosave lag. Right on time. I'm not gonna lie. In the traditional sense, I've always been a fan of range weapons. Because they typically are the stronger classes. They got the range advantage. You know, you're a glass cannon. But that also means you get to wear a lot of the light gear. So you move around pretty fast as well. A lot of kiting. Not gonna lie, man. The longbow or the bow classes have been one of my favorites. I used to play a lot of Demon Hunter back on Diablo 3 when that came out for the first time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16, 17. I don't know if I'm going to get more dupes, so I have 24, 24, 24, 20, and then 17. No, 30, 30. No, 24, 24, 24, 20. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Many years as a hunter in WoW, I've always hated hunter class. Because I used to play BC and Wrath. And I'm not going to lie, the hunter class was the most annoying. Anytime you close the gap, immediately they slap you with a wing clip. And they just, disengage. And that was it. I was like, this sucks, man. Because I played Shaman. So that means I had to work in order to close the gap. God, dude. I didn't get feral charge until like what? I don't even know what patch that was. I would have to run up to you with my legs, no charge. And I hate it, hunters, because they hit you with a viper shot and you just bleed all your mana out, and I just can't do anything as a shaman. What am I gonna do? Hit you with a frost shock? That's not even gonna like dent you, dude. And then you wear medium armor like me. That sucks, man. I've always hated hunters because it was for lack of better words, seemingly a little bit too easy for them. I see you though. Hunters are strong. So you can shoot, but no one could shoot back. They could hit you with something, but it's not anything you're worried about. Like a warrior could throw something at you, but it's not gonna kill you. You know? Paladins kind of sucked because he just hit you with a stun, and it's like it's over. I prefer Paladin. Heals, shield, and damage. Paladins were OP, dude. They had the Paladin line buffs, all the blessings and stuff like that. Very strong. Was very strong. I remember back in the days, the meta was you needed 3 to 4 Paladins for all the buffs. Let me get King's Might, Wisdom. Thank you. Right? And then you have one for Sacrifice. Oh, man. I remember those days. Oh, the boss is going to hit very hard. I need a bubble sack now. And then the Ret Pally uses Blessing of Sacrifice and uses Bubble on himself. Takes no damage. Nice. How much is oxygen if it's not included? Oxygen is basically water. And you know we need water to survive, so you're going to need the oxygen. I see you over there, Krabby. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Let me know if you have any more questions. I see you, though, Elthar. I had a friend that played Hunter, and I remember he would talk all the time about how he made a macro to do his entire Hunter rotation. And he would spam 1 on his keyboard, and he would be able to just, you know, do the fight. And he would be like, yeah, man, I'm watching Netflix. Bam, 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 hits 1. He's watching the show. He's doing top 5 DPS in the raid. I'm just kind of mad. Like, damn it, dude. Come on, your range? You could ignore properties like Cleave, Whirlwind. And you're just chilling, dude. Macro is cheap. It is, but he made that during BC and Wrath. And he was like, yeah, 1-button macro until they patched it out, right? It's in the DLC 100%. I have many. Ask away, dude. Let me know what you got. Alright, so as of right now, we need to be doing a small setup here. I'm going to make a jank setup. Like this. This technically works as well. And then we're going to vacuum this and make it so that we could have it be clean. I will also have to open this door. And then after we do that, we're going to start chilling out this room for sleet wheat planting. Shouldn't take that long. How old is this guy? He's going to live. Alright, so the pinch pepper nuts are done. We need to add the second layer of airflow so that they could actually harvest the pinch pepper nuts. Let's actually do it like that so we can do the inside out. A couple more plastic ladders here. We could start souping up this side, make it clean. We don't need the bin any. Actually, we kind of do. Some of it is off-gassing. What's your favorite color? My favorite color is the color of oxygen. It's a slightly light blue, but it's not white or blue. And it's because seeing that means I could breathe. And I kind of like to breathe, man. Hope that helps. Yo, where's this pipeline going? Oh, that's the bathroom line. Oh, my bad. It comes from the toilets. Nah, that's fine, that's fine. We're no longer making any more. Let's build some more iron, 99. Alright, so that's good. We're going to do another vacuum lock up top. How was this? Okay, so they did all the sleet wheat grain stuff, huh? Good stuff. So with that, let's start measuring out the design. So if I want to do here to here, it is going to be 18 tiles. Assuming I share the wall. Right? A minor tint in the blue, I see. I don't know where that color comes from, Krabby. I just know it exists. What if I only see red? Maybe you're colorblind? I don't know, man. I'm not a doctor. I'm a streamer. I don't know if I can help you with that, man. That sounds like a personal issue. I don't want to give you bad advice, man. That's just the truth. Alright, so we need to expand this. Expand the cooling box. And then have everything cool down by the AT right there. I also need to do this, so I'm going to probably want to cut this out. Have this connect to the bottom. Here. Cancel that. All the juice goes into the bottom now. Steam turbine, pumping up the powers. And then if they're running on the wheel, it should be good. I just noticed Twitch is streaming Thursday Night Football. Kind of cool. That probably means that they won the bid. A lot of the times, poetic artists, if they're able to stream sporting events like that, it usually means that I think they won the bid. Meaning that they probably were trying to sell streaming rights for the NFL. And, you know, some deal was probably cut in place and Twitch outbidded everyone else. That's usually a lot of the times the biggest factor that stops you from having, you know, more of those shows on streaming platforms. Wait, I am part of a one dupe challenge. Good luck, man. Looks like you could only rely on yourself. But the problem with that is, in the one dupe challenge, is that you are your own worst enemy. Good luck, man. Don't sabotage yourself. That's the only advice I could give you. Alright, so it's airflow here. And then it's setup. Okay, that's going to be a little bit jank. I might have to make this a weird wall setup right there. So if we do use this as solid, so I go up to here, right? That's my wall. So I go here. Yeah, I do go with the 18, I guess. Alright, so 1, 2, and then we go out like this. Have that. This is 17, 18. And that means I should line that up top. Thursday night games are bought out this year by Amazon Prime. Just wasn't expecting Twitch, but it makes sense. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. I love it when that happens with sports. That just means that I have more other options to watch. I hate it when you can't watch sports, man. I hate how the NBA does it. It's so backwards. Ah, man. I mean, it is what it is, though. Go Patriots! I see you, Mighty Stoosh. You remind me of my old roommate, who was a diehard Patriots fan. You remind me, man. And the craziest thing is, you know, I went to college in California. So that's why it's wild. Like, what the hell? You're a Patriots fan in Cali? Nah, I don't agree in this situation. Thursday night games are not on standard television. Amazon stole it. Just did an add-on. Go Birds. I see you. So what happened in the NBA is exactly that. The NBA sold the rights in a weird way where you can't watch your games on the big name television provider, and even if you have the league pass, and that they sold the games for the local games to the local TV stations or something, so it's blacked out everywhere else, even if you get a subscription to all the games. And a lot of people were pissed when that happened, because it's like, what's the point of buying this anymore? And that's what's happening in the NBA. People can't watch the games of their hometown. And it's so ridiculous, man. It's exactly what you just described. How the bidding process for that worked, how it ends up being a little bit weird. It sucks, man. It really, that's the best way to put it. It sucks. I see you, Krabby. Why are you trying to cause spontaneous combustion in my playthroughs, man? That's not cool, dude. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that evil on me. Alright, we're gonna keep the salt there in case someone actually gets stuck. The Niobium Volcano Tamer could be flipped, right? I don't see anything that would cause it not to work. As long as you have the sweeper within range of the left tile of the pump, like I mentioned in the video, it should work in everything exactly. So basically, the biggest thing is making sure the auto sweeper range covers the left tile of the pitcher pump. If you could do that, I think it's all fine. Technically, all the oxygen is very combustible. It's weird, though, because could you even call oxygen combustible? Because without oxygen, things that are combustible doesn't combust, right? Combustion only happens when there's oxygen, because that's basically how that feeds. Which is the reason why you can't cause combustion in space, because there's no oxygen, right? So I think that puts it in a different category. I might be wrong. That's what I was thinking being the main issue, but good to know I didn't miss it. I did have someone mention that, but I'm not sure. I love the way you delete CO2. It's the best method, man. To place one of these at the bottom of the map and just have it magically just get rid of everything. Powerless, don't have to think about it. And for the most part, only problem is that it's not really immediate, if that makes sense. Not just oxygen, but only because it's so plentiful. I guess that makes sense. Never really thought about if there's other fuel sources for fire. Never thought of that. A lot of people don't consider crushing things in this game because it's like... It's weird. I will say that. It's a little bit weird. The crushing mechanics in this game, it's a little bit off sometimes. I hate how this is not spilling over. This gas right here is so weird. Okay, so we need to mine this out, start building a second spawn, which is fine. Still mopping. Eventually we'll move the oil out the way. I could probably do a disable here, and a disable here, with the logic of pulling the oil from these pitcher pumps instead. Because if I pump oil from here, it lowers the water level, which is what I want. Might steal it. It's a common design. I can't say that I came up with it, because I've seen this before. Like, it's not something that I came up with, you know, myself. So I can't put my name on that, because, you know, it doesn't feel right. But yeah, you take it. It's perfectly fine. Also, you keep a flame going in space as long as their fuel such as a flare, which is a great example. I read that sentence, but I don't know what that means. And I'm just going to say sure. I totally understand the words that you are speaking. Alright, so this is done. I need to make a oil lock here. I should watch that. Because I read that, it didn't make sense. So I'm just going to assume it made sense. Flares work in space and underwater. Nice, nice. But you can't use that as propulsion, though, right? Is that the caveat? Fed, panic, lol. It'd be like that sometimes. Fed, what's good? I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. Oh, this guy came back. Sweet. Oh, we got our first ISO resin. Ah, let's go. Wait, where's my Fullerene? Oh, there it is as well. Nice. I don't know what flares are, man. I have no idea about that stuff. I'm just like, okay, sure. I don't know what that is, but sure. I agree. Yes, maybe. I have no idea how that all works. Space age, here we go. Yes. Liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen. All right, so I need to make something called the molecular forge. That's going to be right here. And it's a 1.6 wattage. Oh, that's heavy. So I need to find a wire that allows me to actually utilize that amount of juice. I could probably build it on the forge on this line. Technically you can, but there isn't enough raw burn. Flare gives off a thrust, but it's minimal, like a road flare. Yeah, right. So since it can't provide enough thrust, it works, but it doesn't solve any problems, if that makes sense. Like, it's cool how that works, but it's like, we still got to deal with rocketry shenanigans. The only 5-tile building's so odd. It's weird, man. Wait, nope. Telescope. Telescope is also 5 tiles. 6 tiles, I mean. Telescope's also pretty tall. I see you with that, though. And we are... There we go. This is good. Okay, so with this, that means I have power back that I could reconnect. Lag. There we go. Alright, that means we could turn everything else on again. AT didn't need it. Everything else is fine. Good. That thing that they use to attract T-Rex in Jurassic Park is a flare. No, I know what a flare is. I don't know the ins and outs of a flare. I know what it is. I just don't know, like, the properties, what it's made out of, how long a flare burns for, if it works underwater or in space or not. I know what it is. I just don't know, like, usage, how that really, like, does its thing. I think this is... This just needs more hydrogen, right? This is maximum uptime? How is the smart battery never used? Whoa! Wait, hold up. The smart battery is never in use? That means that I don't have enough power in the system. Dude, I just realized that. Holy crap. I just realized that. This system could fail any second because there's no power being stored because all of the power is going straight to the aqua tuner. Oh, that's hilarious, dude. Did not even realize that. We really do need a lot more juice down here, from what I could tell. Works for hours, even days, depending. Nice. Oil is fine. Still mopping. Do we have no dupes coming down? No, we just don't have enough oxygen. Castorized wounds. Anything that burns makes sense. Flares are usually made out of magnesium mixture, which does burn underwater, and in most areas, once it gets started, it's really difficult to put out a magnesium fire. Interesting. Did not know that. I see you guys, though. How did you stumble upon such knowledge? Curious questions. Days is a stretch, but it is possible. With enough fuel, anything could burn for days. No reason why you would run a flare that long. Maybe he's trying to propel himself in space, Kappa. Magnesium can also burn brighter than the sun from the Earth's perspective. Interesting. Chemistry class, survival, emergency training, driver's ed, etc. Driver's ed? They never taught me that in driver's ed. You learned that in driver's ed? Man, what did you actually learn about the schools from, man? Alright, so the molecular forge. I need to find a power source for that, right? We have power here. I just need a line. This goes into the suits, which almost never is active, though. Right? Because you never have everything running at the same time. So maybe I want to use this suit line. It seems very possible that this is going to be it. So we are going to want to put the suit forge here, I think. Smelting magnesium is a tricky process because you can't put out the fires easily. That's true. Imagine having molten magnesium underwater and it just keeps burning. At that point, it's like, how do you put it out, right? Alright, so this is fine. And then when we get to here, I need to pump this out. We still didn't get oil here, huh? Oh, auto bottle's not on, that's why. There we go. Alright, that means everything down here is fine. Still working on that, which is fine. Alright, so we got enough Oxalite, 1098. We gotta loop back out the power now. Power, I'm sorry. The pipelines for the fuel. So that's gonna be here, here, and cancel. Usually done in an inert atmosphere as it burns in sand and CO2. Even in sand, that's wild. Magnesium was Batman's plan to kill the Martian Manhunter. Wait, what's the Martian Manhunter's weakness, though? What's his weakness? Is his weakness magnesium? Oh, it was fire. And he brought the flare with him underwater or something? Loses to fire, feels bad. That would be a combination right there. Hi, my name is Aquaman. My weakness is fire. Sorry that I'm always in the water though. Imagine, dude. That was your superhero combo. The idea is that the Martian Manhunter would jump into the ocean or a body of water to put it out. Only for that to not actually do anything. Feels bad. Someone's trapped. You're not trapped, dude. Stop lying to me. There we go. Alright. So, back to here. We're gonna have to get rid of this entire layer, basically. Alright, and then the refinements. Give me my forge. I need a bin here for the resources. And then we need power. Imagine being covered in magnesium and then you just get lit. That sounds like a bad way to go. That sounds like a bad way to go, man. Real talk. Alright, this got mined out finally. Still working on the insulated tiles. So let's go through. Just go through everything and start trimming everything out. That's salt, so I don't have to worry about that breaking. So we're going to go like this. Start trimming this out. Give the man a fire and he's warm for a day. Set a man on fire and he's warm for the rest of his life. Ooh, damn. Feels bad, Susumu. Feels bad. I see you over there, though. I would think I had so much more power on this, man. This is insane. My hydrogen generators aren't able to keep up. Dude, I have so much oxygen, though. 3,000 kilograms per tile? That's insane. I have so much gas. And with so little hydrogen. Like, we're literally just burning up 100% uptime. This is wild. This actually means I'm under-providing power to our build. And it's probably the desalinator that's causing the problem. Real talk. I see you, Krabby. I see you over there. It probably doesn't help that it's leaking out the temperature as well. That's probably the biggest problem with this design. The efficiency is down. I see you. I see you. So what we need to do is... Man, I could try to relocate hydrogen here. I just don't think it's worth it. Also, the hydrogen have here, we need to start cutting that, right? I just wanted to tap into this, but it's probably going to run out soon. Because we have more in here. Way too much hydrogen. Not enough oxygen in our design. I could expand this. There's just not enough water here for this to make sense. Alright, still got a mop. Waiting for the dupes. Why does it feel like I don't have enough suits here? Alright, so we're going to make a quick suit count. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I should have 14 dupes at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm just missing 4 suits. That's not bad. Let's add a couple suits here. Guess it doesn't suit your needs. I need more, man. That's all I'm saying. Alright, so rare resource categories unlocked. Fullerene, and then one for iso resin. And then both of these are going to be max priority, with the goal being that we want to remove them from the cargo rockets once we get it. And I want that done automatically. Joya seeds, top tier. Alright, so that's good. This is back. This is filled up. Alright, let's cut the line so that we can launch it. And then this guy needs a little bit of juice now. There we go. And then we could cut this line. Have that loop, but the bottom is not connected yet. We're going to wait till this all goes into the reservoir. If there is space, it will loop back. Otherwise, we want to launch this ASAP. And let's change location. So these two are done. I can't even click on this. And then we got to go to the interstellar ice. Yeah. Alright, so we got to wait. Wait for that to launch through, because I don't want that to burn and create sour gas. And then, let's go. Alright, another rocket launch started. So this one is tied into the automation, goes into here, that's fine. The oxide is done. Alright, so this is just waiting for a new rocket pilot. I never got another rocket pilot? I thought I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we did. Oh, it's assigned, but she's not here. Gotcha. Priorities tab. So we have... We're going to look for the helmets. Ruby. Researching. And operating. There we go. Alright, that should be nice. That should be nice. I'm going to be able to launch another rocket. This guy is missing the oxalite. We got to open... Oh, my power wire got deleted. Oh, you hate to see that kind of thing happen, boys. You really do. My wire got deleted. Alright, we gotta not use lead for this. Holy crap. Yep, and I cannot extend that now because of that. Feels bad. I am dealing with a little bit too much power right now. Why is that? Is it because of this? This doesn't have power yet. This is pulling power even though it shouldn't be. Alright, I think I might want to change where the power comes from. Yeah, I might want to change a couple of these. And I think the play is going to be here. And then we have to do this here. Managing the power for space facility is very annoying. It very is. 100%. It's so annoying, man. Which is why a lot of people just didn't like Oni when they got to the end game. It's one of those things where it's like, oh my god. Like, why is this a problem? And then you play it, you're like, dude, this sucks all around. The end game in Oni, the base game, was not really for the faint at heart. You had to have a drive to actually want to beat the game for you to really, like, do really well. I will say that. The Space Out DLC makes it a lot better. Why are all my dupes just stuck down there? Do you see this? The water is spilling out and immediately freezing. What a problem. Alright, let's lock the door. And make this sweep only again. So you don't have to automatically move ice anymore. We're going to allow ice to be available to everybody. We'll start tapping into the polluted ice once again. Autosave lag. Alright, so with that, I wanted to build my ice temperature plates here. Polluted ice, just going to build as much as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that should be it. That's going to go into there. Cooling loop for now, which is not bad. Alright, now that this added in too much oil, classic. Let's not mop that. I will want to mop both of these. And then after this, we're going to have to pump this area. High pressure pump. And cancel. Alright, mop both layers. We're good. This should not be oxygen, but we'll take it. And then this water needs to be emptied. The crude oil needs to be swept. And then the other water is already on the ground. Nice. And then we're just going to vacuum this area. Alright, after that, we're just going to need a wire for the pump. Have that connect straight up. And then we'll have the design ready. This is already good. And then all we got to do is set a temperature. So 0 is going to be the automation. That is connected. And then the power wire just needs a little bit of juice, which is right there. We just got to connect the lines. And I think this is good. So the conductive wire bridge here, it's going to get deleted. And then we're just going to connect the wires right here. All right, let's deconstruct that before we actually do the replace. I got to cancel it, but I got to wait. There we go. That goes for that. And then from here, I could do this. I could do that. It's not going to matter. The other line doesn't have to be active yet. Actually, I could cut this up and do this for now. And that should still work. Don't want to replace that yet. And then from here, I want to deconstruct this because the suits are gone now. Make sure I don't deconstruct the pipelines, which we didn't. All right, and then we can actually start removing this pipeline shenanigans in here as well. So we need the new spawn so that we can actually replace what this was covering. And I need to do that now. All right, so this is ready. So we want to mine that out now. Since the ladder is ready, we could mine everything else. This also means we could start alternating the insulated tiles up here. Start lining it up. That's going to be good. And then we'll start setting up the design after everything's mined out. I'll also probably have to move the ice and the whatnots. But we got to mine this out, right? Still mopping. Still mopping. Water is spilling. That's fine, actually. Where's this coming from? Is this ice that's supposed to go down into here? Maybe. Okay, so sleet wheat's going to get there. Gas level here is almost done. We got our layer of water at 52 kilograms. The oil locks so that my dupes go in and out to make the design a little bit easier. Not bad, not bad. So once we get it cold, I could put sleet wheat in here and not worry about it rotting, which is my biggest concern. So I want to wait until we could cool this down before we actually get the sleet wheat grain into the storage and start planting. This is done. Sweet. So we can actually sweep all of that. Oh, no, there's the tiles right there. Let's wait, though, so that we could sweep the corners before it becomes unreachable. And then we have the space heater that's disabled. Cool, cool. All right, so back up top. Diamond, coal, refined carbon, but no fullerene and no iso resin. That means I should be safe. And then my guy is already inside. Assigned astronaut checkmarked. So he's good. And then we just need the oxalate. Oh, the power line's not connected. Go like that. That's good, that's good. So this line and that line is on a separate line now, so this doesn't cause problems, which is what it was doing before. Nice, I made it. Welcome back, Aw Hack. Hopefully it was a safe trip back home from work. But we're going to be doing more petrol market missions right now. Right now, though, we have a meteor shower. And we're going to be starting to get into the super coolant lines. Fun times, of course. Still no oxygen there, which is kind of tough. So everything here comes from these suits. There is a lot of oxygen feeding to that, but it feels weird that we don't have enough yet. And the ice melting right there kind of sucks. Alright, so we need to work on that. Dupes will take their time. I do want to trim this out, though, this area. And because it's taking so long, I think I just need to do this now. So we're going to start separating this. Because of where the ladder is, I kind of want to use that. So we're just going to do this first. And then we're going to push all the liquids out. Left and right side. And then we're going to path our way down. Tap into the geyser, get some salt water, and then that's going to feed into the spom over here. Waiting for the dupes, take their time. And then there's this area I want to mine out next. The ice is going to melt soon, so I need to get the sealing on here before it spills inside. It becomes a problem. Oh, and there's also right here that we'd start mining out as well. Mealwood is still stacking up. That's way too much. So I might want to remove the farm tiles now. So the pipelines are not getting deconstructed. Only the tiles right there. Sweet. Now they have to go all the way down here to go across. Feels bad. But might as well get rid of this now. Dirt's going to stack up. I might want to... Oh, 4 things entombed. These are my rockets. Yep. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Rockets always get entombed. Feels bad. They eat it as a last resort because it's the lowest... Oh, I get hit by a meteor here? That's rude. That's rude. I got hit by a meteor, dude. Hate to see that kind of thing happen. Maybe for better food. Yeah, the morale. They pick the food that has the highest morale first. Since the pickled meal lice in my colony right now has the lowest amount of morale, they're always going to eat that last. So that means that we're generating enough food with other food sources and not pickled meal lice. I had some berries going out. It sounded like my computer is about to explode. Fan berries. Oh, yeah. You get that rustling sound. It's starting to rub up against something. Yeah, that sounds scary sometimes. All you got to do most of the time is just move some of the wires a bit, and it's going to be fine. But yeah, it does sound scary when that does happen. It does sound really scary. Alright, so now this is good now, right? Yes. Okay, so this is fine. Oxygen is going great. This needs to be replaced. Okay, cool. Just give it a spin by hand. It seems to work now. Yep. Most of the time, man. Just needs a little bit of elbow grease. Nothing really wrong with it. Things just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Gotta mine out as much as we can, though. Hello, all. What's going on, Ace Boy Hero? How are you? I see you over there, man. Welcome on in. And, of course, happy Thursdays. Hope you're doing well, Ace Boy. Alright, so I am going to extend out this ladder. so that we could have this get relocated. We have to remove this ladder, sadly. And then I need to move another pip down. I'm good, thank you. How are you? We got a continued subathon right now. That's the Ace Billboy Hero. And right now we got 6 hours remaining. We're probably gonna wrap up before that completes because subathon's probably gonna continue on Friday, which we're gonna play some Don't Starve. But yeah, it's subathon continues, man. So we're gonna do a 12-hour stream today, and then we'll have probably another long stream tomorrow, depending on how much time we have added on. But let's say right now, right, I'm at almost 7 hours. So I would have around 1 hour and 43 minutes left. That's going to add to tomorrow's timer of 6 hours. So it's going to show 7:43. And then any sub bits in all that, prime, gifted, all that stuff is going to add more time to the clock. So it's going to be a nice long subathon, man. Going to be doing some long streams. Also, new Oni patches in the works. Someone came in and let us know that they are doing a lot of public testing branch stuff today. So, if you want to check that out, Mr. Ace Billboy, man, you can check it out in the public testing branch. They're working on some cool little toys, new updates, new content. Alright, so I'm pushing up the liquids so that we could tunnel through right here. That's going to be the goal right now. Push up the liquids so we could tunnel through. Wow, you know how laggy this is? Wow, that's wild. Watch this. Watch this side of the map. Oh, it doesn't do it anymore. I was going to say the thermal overlay was lagging behind my screen moving. Oh, I almost saw that. Hope you hit your goal. I think we're 15 subs away from the goal. I think we're like 15 subs away, I think. Something like that. We're getting really close, though. We're really close. We're almost there. But yo, man, I hope to hit it too, and then we could do the next goal. Alright, wait for that. Still need a mine. Be able to do all this, hopefully. As it has map already done, so it shouldn't calculate every time. It's weird. But I saw that happening with the backdrop. The core behaves the same way. Oh yeah, you see it? How this side's a different color? Slight 2 tiles difference. Yeah, the right side too. It's a little bit darker and it's not catching up with the movement. Feels bad. It's getting that laggy, man. Feels bad. Oh, I can't move the abyssal light. Alright, we're gonna turn that on again. But we make it sweep only. Where is it? Right here. Color of previous overlay. It is, it is. So it feels like it's just lagging to keep up the camera panning. That's what it feels like. Alright, so we could sweep this. Make it a little bit easier. Oh, that melted. Feels bad. Oh, it's still cold as heck. Okay. Gonna get some ice issue shenanigans here. Can I build another temp shift plate? Out of P-ice? I can. I'll take that. The base is getting too big for the CPU. I believe that, man. There's a couple things I want to do just to minimalize the base shenanigans. One of them is over here. How do I want to do this? So it's like that, that. And then I do it like this, which means I gotta run that in there. So let me do that later. Yeah. And then this should be ready. Yes. Okay, so this is gonna be a decon. Same thing with the power. Same thing with the bottle emptier. And then the pump. And then we're gonna sweep that after we're done. And then afterwards, we're gonna be able to have a vacuum in here. And this is gonna work a little bit better. Alright, so the output is there. So everything works. Temperature lock with a vacuum. Everything's looking great. Everything's looking great. Okay, so we just got to sweep that once we're done. Alright. After buying this game, your colony looks all that more impressive. Honestly, I would say the same thing. Because you have a better understanding of the game. Yeah, you understand it to a point now. 100%. Dude, Fed! Coming in with the 10 gifted, Jesus Christ. Shadow, Malaki, Dane the Brahma, Gadal, Nerzul, D-Jewel, the Oreo is mine, 777, Pancake Patter, Mighty Yina, and then we got D Mayor. Guys, welcome to the city, courtesy of Fed. You know, guys, you guys know who to thank. Y'all see that popping up. There's probably going to be a notification on the top right of your screen. But of course, welcome to the city. Enjoy the emotes. D20 Dice ad-free viewing. Don't forget that legit sub badge. But thank you so much for the support. I see you guys over there, man. Thank you guys so much. Fed man being extra generous, coming in with the 10 gifted. Thank you, man. Was not necessary. But unless you've wanted to see more streams, you know, I get that. But thank you so much for the 10 gifted, man. Appreciate the support. If Mamba was up, he would be pogging. Like what Mighty Stooge is doing in chat. Appreciate it, man. Let me know if there's anything I could do. And otherwise, just enjoy the stream. The Oreo is mine. Guys, I'm a fan of Oreos. I'm not going to lie. And I will say one thing. I never dunk the Oreos. I always drink the milk afterwards. Is that weird? Dunking the Oreos makes sense. I just like having it separate. Am I alone with that? Is that weird? Is that considered weird? Because I don't dunk the Oreos? But I see you guys over there. Appreciate the support. Thank you guys so much. I agree. Yes, let's go. 10,000% weird because you're an NBA fan and you don't like to dunk. I could see the point of that. I could see the point of that. It does seem weird that I watch pro ball and I don't like to dunk my Oreos. I get that. I get that. I'm just saying though, man. I'm a little bit partial to not dunking. Alright, let's remove this and these plethora pipes. Remove that as well. And these tiles right there. It's no longer necessary. Climb up and down easier now. We're going to pump this out. Automation wire is going to go too. And then the coolant pipes, we'll keep it there for now. Probably going to remove it though. What's needed for the goal? Let's see. We are at 242 out of 250. We need 8 more. There's time, no worries. There's time. And then the face cam stream is going to be on a separate day after the subathon. We're going to line things up and schedule it so people know when it is. But yeah, we're 8 away, 242 out of 250. This is ready. Oh, it's time, boys. Okay, so here the strat is we lock this. And then we remove the high pressure vents. And then this is ready. So we just have to attach the power now. And yep, I see it. Aqua Tuner is running. And the door is locked. Sweet. We can actually do this now. And yo, Fed, sub goal met. 250 out of 250. Let's go. Thank you so much, Mr. Fed. Ferranos Twitch, Lucy Fitzpatrick, Trousers Stealer, Stop Stealing My Pants, Back Wizzo, Althalos, Solitary B, Scanth, and Glycerine. Dude, thank you so much, Mr. Fed. Reaching the goal exactly. Thank you so much for the support, man. You know what it is. Y'all know who to thank in chat. If I just mentioned your name, you know what to do. There's a notification on the top right. And of course, enjoy the emotes, D20 Dice ad-free viewing. Don't forget that legit sub badge. Thank you guys so much, though, for all these supports. Y'all is amazing, man. Mr. Fed, congrats on the 250 gold. Thank you, thank you. That means we're going to have the face cam stream coming up, you guys. That means the next poll after today, we'll start the poll tomorrow, is going to be on when you guys want the next face cam stream. We'll choose a day. We'll have everyone vote in chats. And we're going to choose a specific day of the week. And then we'll decide on an actual date afterwards. I have never seen your face. A lot of people have not. I don't have a face cam stream. And if I told you Mamba was me, and I was just speaking for him, kind of like Black Bolt from the DC universe, would you guys believe me? Is that DC? Or is that Marvel? I actually don't remember. It feels bad. Don't know my heroes and villains. Face cam, do a weekday. We're gonna vote. We're gonna vote. I want to see what's ever the most voted on day, and we're gonna allow you guys to vote on multiple days. So what's gonna happen is we'll have all days of the week, so 7 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you guys could vote on every day that you guys would. Oh, what are you doing here? You guys could vote on every day that you guys are going to be available for. And then after that, we'll settle on a specific date. And we'll have that there. This guy went outside without a suit, dude. That's mad illegal. So you're telling me you're just a small black fuzzball? Hey, man. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, man? The mayor? Nothing wrong with that, right? It's totally fine. I hope it's fine. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems. Nothing wrong with being a, small little fuzzball. Hopefully. Oh, this is actually done. Oh, dude, that's amazing. Let's get the airflow there. And all we have are seeds in here now. Late stream. Look at the subathon timer, old man who. We have 8 hours left. Kappa. Dude, what the hell? Dude, what in the world? How many is that? It's cut off by chat. My chat's too small. Geek coming in with a 20 gifted. Jesus Christ. Y Peros, the Andico. Lee Lore Foreign, Maddish Moose, Harsh TV, Zeus Hunter, Invictinol, the Poet Grim. Sir Canny Alchin. Afternoon, Sarge Sobag, Yokai. This is Tabmock, Slagason, Kenshi. We also have SBQs, Fantasy Phantom. We got Ozkeg, Niana, Jay Walker. Jesus Christ, dude. Thank you guys so much, Geek, with the 20 gifted. I see you over there. And that means we are 230 subs away from the next sub goal. I see you guys over there, man. Holy crap. Thank you so much, Geek. We're now at 270 out of 250. At 500, we'll do the Spicy Instant Ramen Challenge, where we open up 5 packets of the Spicy Instant Ramen. So that's going to easily fill me up for like a meal. And at the same time, it's going to be spicy. And of course, you're going to see how I sound like, see me sweat profusely, as I sweat very easily when it comes to the spicy food. And thank you so much, Geek. I see you over there, man. Always fun. Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for the supports. And man, it looks like we're going to have another long stream tomorrow. One day, the subathon will end. One day, the subathon will end, you guys. But not today. And not tomorrow either. At least for now. So the subathon will continue tomorrow after stream wraps up in about 5 hours. So we're going to be streaming still, at least for a good amount of time. Like, thank you guys so much, man. You guys are amazing. I see you there, Geek. Appreciate these supports. All right, so this guy's going to be ready. We got to do another launch. Too far for the rocket? Oh, I didn't get enough petroleum fuel. Oh, my bad. This is turning into a ballroom subathon. I'd never seen a ballroom subathon. You could only hope to. We'll see. Yo, man. We'll see. We'll see. I've never seen the Baru subathon. Did something weird happen with Baru? Just don't fall asleep on stream because you'll get banned if you do. Don't worry. We have to turn off stream so that we go to sleep and then we go back on so the timer pauses as well. So it's going to be fair. It's going to be fair. I see you over there, old man. Looking out for me. Not going to get banned. No, they just go on forever. The biggest subathon. Dude, I don't hold the title for longest subathon, so I think it's going to be okay. But, you know, we'll have to see, right? We'll have to see. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate all the support. Man. This is going to be long stream times, man. But also at the same time, it's also great. Thank you guys for being an amazing community, man. Showing out all these supports. There's a subcategory for I'm just sleeping. You know what's funny about that? That subcategory was not intended for sleep streams. That category for playing video games only came about because people were starting to do sleep streams, and I'm only sleeping or something like that. That category is actually a video game title, I think, because I know people were doing that. Like, oh look, this is category for sleeping. No, this is the name of a video game. It's literally the name of a game. Yeah. The Nintendo side knows what I'm talking about. They find something like, oh yeah, it's a sleep category. I heard about these memes before, right? It'd be like that though. Oh, that lag. Okay, so we're gonna push up the liquids, push them over. This is not moppable yet. We'll get it to that stage. And it's spilling out here, so I need to mop that up. And then that means I probably need to start removing ladders. I could go down this way, so I shouldn't be stuck. Alright, so far so good. We need to break into the geyser. I don't want anything freezing at the bottom. Then over here, I'm going to start doing the staggers so that we could get this mined out faster. And then we probably want to remove everything here while we're mining out this chunk. And then afterwards, we're going to have to vacuum the room, add the spawn design, 3 more electrolyzers. Should be good. Oh, got a driver update. I'll see you in 3.5 hours when they're done. Oh, I see you, old man. Not even rolling a D20 dice, huh? Feels bad. Hope you're doing well, old man. Can't believe you're still behind on your driver updates. This guy, man. I don't have a sub. Oh, that's true. How did you not get a sub in the subathon, dude? A gifted sub. I'm just asking, man. How'd you do that? A lot of times it's easy. Average old man who luck. Oh, you hate to see that, man. Got the bad RNGs. Alright, so this is airflow here. I have to make sure I remember that. And then this goes around. We'll start deconstructing the ladder soon. And I probably want to do that for now. New printables. I don't need anything here. RNG so bad, can't even roll a D20. Feels bad, dude. The Niobium volcano planet such a treat. It's I want to say Aelthar would have given up to the old man who, there it is. Ask and you shall receive, apparently. But old man, welcome back to the city. You could find a senior home on the left side of the street across from the DMV. There's a Denny's right underneath, and you get your room on the 2nd floor, dude, so you don't have to climb that many stairs. But hey, you get the senior discount. You get free hash browns, chicken fried steak. Can't be mad. But dude, welcome to the city. Hope you enjoy your stay. Now you can roll a D20 dice now, man. Shout out to Aelthar with a gifted sub. Appreciate you, Aelthar. Thank you so much. Alright, so we're ready here. And I need to launch. This guy rolls a 9. Looks like he's updating, boys. Sub 10. Feels bad. Sub 10 roll. How come I can't build this? Is this actually built? How come no one's building this? They could reach the ladder. Whoa, that's weird. There we go. That was weird. Gotta update anyways, insane RNG. They don't make them like they used to for reals. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. I also gotta enable the building again. Feels bad. Alright, this is mine down. Cool, cool. So, this is good. Let me cut the pipes really quick. And let's do the launch. Let's go, let's go. Y'all remember back in the days when the graphics card didn't get a update all the time? And we would have a lot more graphic cards for no reason? Now it feels like we don't get as many models. But that's also because they probably are just updating them now. So we want to remove that. This becomes insulated. Oh, shit. This becomes insulated tile. Messed up, messed up. And then we'll remove these ladders afterwards. Alright, so here... And then this is ready. Do that. Actually, we want to do that. And then from here, 1, 2, 3, we want to do that. Alright, cool, cool. And then we want to mine all this out when possible. And then we just got to follow the design. Alright, so theoretically, we're going to use this as airflow and use that as a solid. And then that's going to mean that this is here. Here, here. Here, 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 here. And then this is airflow, that's airflow. That's 1, 2, 3, perfect. And then we make our liquid lock. So 1, 2, 3, here. That's only 1, 2, here, here, here. And then we get this design. And then we need an airlock here as well. Yeah, that works out really well. Alright, we're gonna get our spawn number. Damn, this is like my 6th spawn. I guess we could call this an expansion. But once our rust ran out, I guess I don't have to track that anymore either. And we have a lot of salts. Ooh, I should start making table salts. I don't need to, though. Table salt's kind of pog, but it's not necessary. So much polluted ice just melted in. So that's going to be like that. Have to mine that out. So this is going to be here. This is also going to stop like that. Because this is going to be a cooling tank. Oh, that's right. Now, looking at this design, we are running 1, 2, 3, 4. So then this is going to be 12. That goes out to here. So technically, this doesn't have to go out all the way, which is fine. Put some water in here. And then the only thing we're going to need is a ladderway on this side. We could mine this out now. And then we need that to go in and out. And then all we have to do now is mop up the water, bring it out. Start making our design, mining out all the abyssalite's going to be necessary. Then it's going to be sweet. So we're going to add 3 more electrolyzers to this. 3 more hydrogen generators as a result too. Ooh, perfectly. Just 3 more. And then the only thing we have to do is set up the heavy watt wire line a little bit better. And we'll be good. We would be good. Because we're going to be generating more hydrogen and more oxygen. Alright, cool, cool. This still needs a little bit of help. And then I still need a mop. Oh, man. The mopping shenanigans just continues. As long as we're making progress, is pushing up the liquids, though. Okay. So with that, we'll mine this out soon. We get a little bit more space here to take care of everything. I probably want to mine this out now. And then from here, I want to start trimming out this location. Oh, he's angry. We're not going to like him when he's angry. All right, let's cancel this so my dupes don't get beat up. Someone is trapped. Oh my god, he's stuck on a ladder. K-kun! Somehow you're stuck on a ladder by yourself. Oh no, he's free now. He's free, he's free. He's gonna go eat. Nice. And then of course we're gonna sweep that. This is probably all mineable now. And then we just gotta wait on that. And then we'll add in the bottle emptiers to make the design, remove the ladder, start filling this up with water as well. Probably going to fill it up with ice because we have a lot. 400 tons of ice. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of water as well. And all right, we still need to push around the liquid so that we can make our design. This is actually something we could mine out still, so I'm gonna go for that. Everything else is trimmed out to a 1 thin tile of abyssalite. Pretty good. What do you mean? We have too many dupes on the toilet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that what's happening? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 24. And I have 24 toilets. Toilets are not jams. We have water. Polluted water is flowing out. We should be good. We should be good. That's kind of weird that we're having some problem like that, though. Kind of weird that we have problems like that, though. Alright, should be fine. Should be fine. Now, how is the cooling loop operating? So we are chilling out the polluted water. This should have 100% uptime. Yep. And that's because it's going to be working until it gets really cold. Now, the thing is that although the carbon dioxide has low conductivity, it just means that the temperature spreads out a little bit even. We're going to be, right here, Happy Chef, we're going to be working on a sleet wheat grain farm. So, sleet wheat grain, it's going to be the cold plants. You've probably seen this before. And then we get grain from it that we can make into frost buns. Right now, our diet consists of surf and turf, omelets, barbecue, cooked fish, pickled meal lice, and you could see that I have 800,000 kcals of lettuce. We're going to make some frost burgers, man, just cuts. And then we have pepper bread, which is going to be what we're actually going to use it for, because we have a pinch of pepper nut farm right here that's wild planted by the pip. So since everything here is wild planted, we're going to be eating pepper bread. So that's going to be the, I guess, the end game food we're going to be utilizing for the duplicates. And we're going to have Sweepy pick everything up. So this is going to be a room no one goes into. Because we're just going to automate Sweepy. He's going to pick everything up. And then the loaders are just going to ship everything to the dispenser right here. And then they'll just store it. So that's going to be the play. This is going to be a sleet wheat farm. We're going to wild plant everything. And we're waiting for the temperature to drop to at least 0 degrees. So it's going to take some time. We'll let it work, though. Alright, back here. Are we ready for another launch? Oh, there's a meteor shower coming. And then this rocket's coming back. And then, yep, it's starting to lock. Yep, meteor shower is about to happen. I'll wait before we launch this guy then. So this guy is ready. He is going to this spot. Okay, so we could turn off the gantry. This is good. This is good. There's nothing flowing. That's good. Nice. So our rocket for Fullerene is going to be fine. Gonna wait for my guy to land. And then let's go to the forge. That should be ready, right? Alright, so I can make insulation. It's fine. I need supercoolant, which is requiring me to have petroleum. Okay, we'll take that. Are you letting the CO2 vent cool it down? No, I filled it up with CO2 myself from my natural gas. So the natural gas dumped out the CO2 into here. And I had a storage of CO2. So I'm actually running a aqua tuner loop right now on the CO2. So we just attached this, so it's going to take a while before it cools down the big room. But once we get it, it's going to be nice. I saw a trapped dupe. Looks like they figured it out. They're no longer trapped, which is good. But yeah, that's what we're doing for that. There is a hot polluted oxygen vent here. We're not tapping into it because it's 500 degrees. Kind of sucks. But it was in the area that we were building, so we had to utilize it. Be like that sometimes, man. You know how it is. And then I'm thinking about vacuuming out a part of the map. I'm thinking about it. Something broke? Oh, the rocket is taking too long to park. Come on, rockets. Come on, parallel park. Hurry up, hurry up. We're getting hit by the meteors, dude. Oh. Splash! Oof. Close the doors, come on. Y'all gotta hurry up, man. Oh, we took so much damage from that. Alright, he parked, he's good. And... turn off the engine, dude, please. I need to release the gantry. There we go. Close, close, close! Oh, the scanner just got hit directly, dude. Splash. I just saw some things just come in right now. Alright, the Dupes are going to repair that. It's going to take some time. Okay, so back up to here. How's everything coming along? So we do need this. We need to mop up as much of the pea water as we can. Get rid of the ice. I probably want this, and I probably want that. I do need the ladder to hurry up, though. Running across the top is probably going to be the plan. Alright, so this was done. So this was a double airflow setup. And then this was like that. And then we have to pump out this area so that it's a vacuum. Technically, I shouldn't do that yet because it's my only way up and down right now. And then we just got to get rid of the liquid on top of here. So once we build that, we should be able to just mop this up. Get rid of everything there. Because it's just going to spill to the right or to the left. This is grabbing a little bit of oxygen. Oh, it is crushing oxygen. That's kind of a pain. Maybe I have to move that lower. This one could turn on, though, I guess. Let's turn this one off. Should be fine. Alright, so now this area, we could mine all this out. And then once we mine that out, we could mine this side. That's going to allow the salt water to spill, but it should be okay. Building broken. They're going to repair the ladders. It'll take some time, but it should be fine. And then I should mop that up, so they could just start moving it out. This area should be hot, so anything cold should freeze. And then we'll do a preemptive sweep here for the Abyssalite. Autosave lag, don't touch anything. Holy crap, really don't want to touch anything. That was long lag. Drop the pea water on the ground, feels bad. And nice. This is somewhat okay, somewhat manageable now. Alright, so once we get this mopped up, let me put a extra lip right here. So that this is a safe tunnel to go up and down. And then I need to seal this up. Entomb, that should be my rockets. That means the meteor shower is over, which means I should be able to launch this guy. And it's open. Sweet. Alright, so... let's go, let's go. This guy is refilling out the oxalite right here. So this is done. This guy is done. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, he's done. So now he needs to go to the home planet Earth, which has no research. And we probably have to go to the organic mass with the Ghastly Moo. So this guy, we're going to make a trip to get the research. But then afterwards, we're going to have to go with the biological cargo bay for the Ghastly Moo for the achievement. Because we are doing all achievements on this run. So we got to recalculate the 50,000 threshold. So we have, what is this? 5 research modules. No cargo bays. This is going to be oxalite with the petroleum rockets. And we're going to have 2 fuel tanks. And we're going 50,000. So it's going to be 1394. Is this correct? 50,000, 5 research modules, 211. Petroleum, oxalite, 50,000. Yep, 1394. Cool. So this goes to 1394. And then this is maximized at 900. So 494. Did I get that right? I want to say yes. But we'll have to see. So let's mine this out. Let's mine this out. Mine those as well. Alright, so these are cool. Once we do this, and we're going to want to refill this right now. Cut the lines with pliers. Here. Have the insulated pipelines come out. This goes straight, that goes out. And then we loop for the fuel. Good. Building and tomb, that's just the rockets, right? So I should be fine on that. They're doing the oxalite. A lot of people are outside. That's fine. And then we need to start adding oxygen into here. This actually is starting to back up. That actually means I need to do this. Because we can just take the excess from this line for that now. Dude, yeah, that's so good. Somehow I have enough oxygen for the area. That's kind of wild. Like, this is backed up all the way. I mean, I don't have a lot of people breathing over here, so it makes sense. It's still kind of wild. Oh, and this is off? No, we have power. There's just no water. Alright, so this is water, no sweep only. That means we need to just have everything removed now. Let's get some of the water from this tank. Have that relocated. Some of them from here. Polluted water brine. Polluted water brine. 80 grams of water. That's not good. Brine. Brine, polluted water. 80 kilograms of water. That's not good. 90 grams of water. That's not good. Dude, we have grams of water in here. What's going on? 60 grams. 160 kilogram. That's nothing. I am out of regular water. Wow. That's actually impressive. So we're going to do another cooling strat again, I guess. And it's going to revolve around this area. So we're going to put airflow here. And we're going to put airflow here. And we're going to build some ice temp shift plates. Because for whatever reason, the lumber is hot. Or I don't know why this area is hot. But since it's hot, we're going to try to put some ice here to buffer the temperature. That way we could use the ice, have water, make it so that it's useful. And then maybe do something here like that. Start having another layer here with the ice to start melting it out. This, oh, I forgot to vacuum this. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Damn it. So lead wire here. And then once this door is open, this doesn't become hot anymore. This is going to cool down a lot. Because the heat's no longer going to dissipate. Another thing I actually need is my forge is over here, right? Yeah, we're going to take a couple tiles right here. And we're going to build a reservoir. Because I need petroleum. We'll probably build 2 of them. I need petroleum to build supercooling. Feels bad. So we're going to need that right now. So we'll build that, remove some of the ladders, have them actually stand on top and do the jams. This could actually start turning on again for a second. That means the left side one might be done. It's close. And then this is okay? Almost. This got sealed up, so there should be no longer issues with that. Seal this up. And then once we get that, let's put a tile there. We're going to remove this. This is going to be ice. Let's mop this up. So the thing with this is I don't want things to melt and fall into here. So yeah, we're going to put a I want to make a makeshift layer here, man, so that anything that melts doesn't fall into my box. Because water is the lightest liquid. It's kind of a problem. What's the total sub count as of day 1 and today? Right now, we are at, I think total 137 subs. Yesterday we had 80 subs. From gift subs, primes, resubs, everything combined. Not bits though. Bits, I think we had maybe like 2,500 total from yesterday and today. I think. No. 35. I'm sorry. 3,500. I miscounted. Yeah, we hit the sub goal. So Facecam stream is going to be coming around. Facecam stream is coming, boys. Hope you guys are ready. And then we got to do the spicy ramen challenge afterwards. 37? Sheesh. I know, right? It's insane, man. It is insane. Alright, so each temp shift plate is only 800 kilograms of ice. And anything that spills inside, it's probably not going to be water. But, you know, that's going to be a lot of water we add in that way. I got to do this, and then I got to do this, and then that. And then I have to add a oil drop on both sides. And then we do want to sweep up this, which is sand. Good, good. Sweep this up as well. Pigeon, how are you, though? I see you over there. What's good, dude? Hope you are well. Hope all is good in your part of the world, man. But how you be? Still waiting on that tile. The moppage is actually almost done. That's impressive. I can mop that. Too much liquid. We could almost mop up all the other stuff. I guess we should mop up this side for some of the saltwater stuff right there. And then this is ready. So this is going to be my reservoir for petroleum. Wait a second. Oh, it outputs at the bottom. Alright, never mind. This was a bad move. Because I had to actually pull it up a little bit higher. Let's do it here, so my dupes don't have any issues with it. And we'll just put ladders like that. And then this just goes here. And then we'll just have a overflow pipe. Or a split pipe, it should be fine. I have a long pipeline here anyways, wouldn't cause any problems. The refueling and all that, it's not frequent, so I shouldn't have any problems with that. Okay, refilling done here. Nice, nice. We're ready. Let's cut the line so that the fuel could exit the pipelines. This gantry is also done. No. Oh, this is not refreshed, so it's considered full. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it's not actually refreshing here. So I have to uncheck and check. And that means the oxalate drops out. Ooh, we got sandstone. Sweet. We're gonna listen to some Darude Sandstone. Easy boys, it's a classic. Only problem with that is you know, it's kinda hot. Alright, we get to mine this out now. Ladder down all the way. Mine this out. Hopefully we didn't take any damage on the tiles here. Yeah, the heat's starting to leak through. The heat's starting to leak through. I need to start sealing this up and vacuuming it. But I had the pipeline open though, so that we could actually go through. But the heat's starting to leak through the insulated tiles, man. It feels bad. It's probably something I should do so that the heat doesn't become a problem later on. Okay, so we'll take a gas pump here. Let's make it out of gold. And then just pump it out like that. Alright, so we do have power on some of these lines that we could actually just pull for that, but I think it's going to be best with a hamster wheel. We'll just run a jank setup here. This is not going to require suits for the dupe, so it should be straight up. After we build this, we'll seal it up, start vacuuming it, so there'll be no heat transfer from the top tile to the bottom. And then I don't have to worry about my base heating up anymore. We'll probably have to break it open later on, though. It should be fine. Alright, so I'm going to do something kind of stupid, but I feel like I owe this man the upgrades. We're going to give Cthulhu all the neurovasculator upgrades. This is to pay him back for all the times we made him sit on the databanks. Come on, we gotta go to the original Cthulhu. There he is, with the trucker hat. We have like so many recharges, I'm just gonna start burning through them right now. So I think he already has a buff. We're gonna give him more. We're gonna give him all 4. Because we have some vasculator recharge just sitting on the ground. Hopefully we don't forget him and have him starve. Where's he at, man? I gotta see the guy with the hat on. He's gonna get all the upgrades, dude. He's gonna become the super dupe. The strongest dupe of all time. Has all the upgrades, regenerative, all the jazz. Gonna go to bed, but just wanted to see how it was going. Maybe I'll see you in the morning. I see a pigeon. We're changing up some of the rules so that I could stream tomorrow a little bit more easier. So we're gonna wrap up at 12-hour stream. Afterwards, we'll continue the subathon tomorrow, actually. So there's gonna be a day 3. It's already guaranteed. We're gonna have a day 3 tomorrow. Day 3 subathon. But Pigeon, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a nice Fridays, man. And hope you have an even better weekend. Thank you for stopping by, though. Hope you have a good one. Dude, this guy does not... Unreachable? Oh, it's because he can't stand because there's no tiles. Wow, that actually is a factor, huh? Alright, let's remove these tiles and put something like carpet down here. Oh, we got the research complete. Sweet. Now we got to do the biological cargo bay, which is the last thing on the list. 800 databanks. That's a couple of trips, man. Yo, not Cthulhu is backing up Cthulhu, huh? I see you guys over there. Let's get the carpet for this. Let's make it a little bit more baller. Look at this guy. Alright, so after that, we're going to be able to have him get the buff. Let's not assign this, because he's probably going to starve to death if I forget. Alright, we still need more glass. I want to burn through the sand. This is still being worked on, which is fine. Sweep the abyssalite. We need the steel electrolyzers here. Actually, I have amalgam. That's actually pretty good. We'll put some oil into here. Oh, pea water got inside. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. Copy paste. Alright, we drop that on the ground. So the luck of the draw is that it's in the middle. So I could just build a tile on top of that and it gets deleted. So that's pretty good for me. Next thing we need to do is put oil on this setup so we can make a nice little infinite pressure setup. And over here. We're not going to sweep that. And then I also need to remove these ladders once we can. And then, of course, everything's going to be coming off of a heavy wire, it seems. So we should actually try to get these inside as well. Make this out of iron. And then we'll probably use this line for the hydrogen gens that we'll have at the bottom. When we vacuum, we're just going to have a pump up top, vacuum everything coming in. And it should just vacuum out. So we're going to need to make the liquid lock first, but I will want to have the pumps. 2 pumps. High pressure vents. And then I think this is not going to have enough juice. This is not going to have enough juice either. So we're going to have a double wheel setup. Maybe even more, man. This is why... Old man, why? What happened, dude? You okay, old man? You doing alright over there? There we go. Yep, we have polluted ice in here, which is bad. Polluted water. Literally nothing, I just felt like saying that. Wow. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a... I see you over there, old man. For whatever reason, that song came in my head. Alright, so this is ready now. This, that. And then I do need this on this side. So any gas here is a little bit of a struggle. The boiler is running out of power as there's not enough heat anymore because the volcano is dormant. And we boiled it constantly. There's nothing we can do about that anymore. We just have to wait for the next eruption period, which is going to happen in 26 cycles. Not bad. So we're going to build this design here. Probably want to sweep up the abyssalites. This is obsidian, which is not necessary. Let me actually change that to igneous. And then we're going to have that here. Airflow mesh. And then I need to have my bottle emptiers. Here. I got to go back to my spawn to make sure we're watching that. Okay, so this is good. We could turn this off now. Oh, lag. Jeez. copy, paste, and then we could deconstruct the bottom emptiers now. Same thing with the ones here. I will say that this is an important tile to remove. What you're going to do in the meantime, if your boiler shuts down, it can't. It's not possible to shut down. And the reason why I say that is because we got the best designs in the business. Alright, we have enough oil in every tile. Should be good. And then we got to build... Man. No heat. Basically, we extracted more heat from the magma because we let this run non-stop. So I have a lot of buffer in between, if that makes sense. So if we look at the material overlay and look at the liquid, we have a lot of petroleum already stockpiled. So we're actually fine if this shuts down, because I have a lot of petroleum waiting for the rockets to use already. So it's not that bad. It should be active by the time we actually need it again. So I don't think it's going to be that bad. Alright, so this is good. A lot of the areas inside now. Some oxygen right there. I do want everything to spill out, but I'll wait a little bit before we have that all spill out. We got to deconstruct that. Oh, someone got locked in. And we deleted the polluted oil. Let's go. And... oh, that's a lock instead of a vacuum. That's fine. I would want to change that slightly, though. That was for petroleum refining? I thought it was for power. Yeah, I'm refining petroleum. So we're running in oil inside with the oil loop. And then it spawns out of the vent and becomes petroleum. And then spills out in a counterflow. And then you can see it spilling out there. Here as well, here as well, here as well. And then the petroleum line, you just can't see it, but it's floating right there. But yeah, easy petrol boiler. Easy petrol boiler. Someone is getting burned. Why are you outside again, man? Holy crap, this is hot. I didn't realize how much heat the Oxalate refinery actually generates. Jeez, this is 90 degrees. Nisbet, man, get a suit on. Like, real talk, man, you need a suit. Alright, some oxygen goes into here now, not bad. I just realized SHC, slime SHC of 0.2 DTU against P-Oxy, is 1.1. P-Water 4.179, so there is possible cycle involving pups destroying heat and some water. Oh, interesting. Dude, that's an insane drop, though, from 4 to 1 to 0.2. My god. Do you ever put on the Steam Oni page as the live stream, or like Clay do anything? I think that only happens if they reach out to you. Because I have talked to some people that have had that opportunity, and Clay actually will sometimes have you pre-recorded, sometimes, you know, do other things. But for the most part, that has not happened to me yet, because Clay has not reached out to me. So as of right now, I want to say, no, I have not been on. Now, if they do broadcast it and I didn't know, that's without me knowing it at that point. But for that sense, yeah, it's something that's, it's not like they reach out to you or actively tell people, hey, if you want to be highlighted. It's not like that. It's more so that if they want to highlight certain events, they'll ask you to make, you know, certain content. Try to be a little bit more on the educational side, maybe. And then they have something going on. But yeah, it's not up to me. I want to say a lot of the times you have to know somebody. Hey, appreciate you, Silent One. Thank you for the kind words, man. Best in the business. They should definitely highlight the streams. Who knows? I have been raided by Clay before. It was during the early days when the automation update came out, before the DLC was a thing. And we got raided by them, which was awesome. But I will say that I was still learning. I'm not as good of a streamer as I was back then, as I am now. But yeah, that was a thing. That has been... that's happened before. The getting raided by Clay. Well, if they broadcasted and you didn't know or give consent, surely that's a rebroadcast TOS or something. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how that works out. But it's probably correct, old man. Like, they shouldn't be able to do that without my consent. But I really don't know how it works. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, it's like that, it's like this, like that. When I really just don't know. I really just don't know. My guess is as good as yours. Oh man, I wish you had Satisfactory now. You'd probably be amazing. Had the wire mod for it, creating the logic gates and other automation stuff, like chips. I just don't know how to do it. Oh, I see a salad one. I wouldn't want to say that I'm really well versed with the automation. I have a good. I think the best thing I do with automation is that I break it down for myself in layman terms a lot easier, if that makes sense. So it's like I get the automation because I could talk about what my goals are in terms of the automation wiring and then reverse engineer the logic so that it works the way I need it to. I don't really inherently have like a great base understanding of it though. I will say that. Like it's probably better than most people, but I'm not like a pro with the logic gates in general. Like if you take out Oni and I have something else to work with, I might not be as effective. But I probably will eventually get to the point where I learn how everything works and I'll be as effective again, but probably not like a natural in that regard. I have to take a little bit of time to figure it out. Didn't you try Satisfactory and didn't like it? That was Factorio. Satisfactory I can't play because I can't meet the graphics requirement. I gotta do the video card updates, man. You know about that life, old man. And let me tell you, it doesn't work out. It's too heavy, man. It's too heavy. Satisfactory is mostly numbers per hour in terms of automation. So if you have a scientific calculator, you'd be fine. I don't know, man. The graphics are pretty intensive, which is the main issue that I have. Graphics are a little bit intensive. I'm a little bit worried about that. It feels like one of the things where it's like, once I stream for too long, it's going to start lagging bad or start having weird things happen. Oh, dude, that's barely weaker than my current card. It's barely weaker than my current card. I have a 1050 GTX Ti. It'd be like that sometimes. You would enjoy it, I think. I'd love to see what you'd build. It's also another thing of first-person camera perspective. A lot of the times when I build and play games, I like to have a fixed camera angle, which is why games like City Skylines and Oxygen Not Included, it makes a lot of sense for me. Because I'm looking at every design, every build the same way. Versus Satisfactory, because you move around as a person and you lose that kind of like fixed camera view. Not that I wouldn't enjoy it, but I feel like it'd be a little bit different. Oh, you're stuck? Oh, that's rude. Just mind this block, dude, please. You got this, buddy. Graphics-wise, it's really demanding, but in terms of actual gameplay, it's a lot of numbers per hour and to store. No, I get that, I get that. But yeah, the graphics issue is going to be the biggest problem, I think. At least for me. Because my PC is not going to be able to handle that. Alright, so this guy's ready for launch. We just got hit by a bunch of meteors because of my guys wanting to land. Feels bad. This is broken now. Feels bad. And then this guy is ready to launch again. So we could actually shut this off. My guy is in. Alright, new launch. We are going to the 50s. We're going to the organic mass. Satisfactory building super big factories is super goon-like. I have to build scaffolding so much to get a view of what I'm actually doing, so I have to have a bad mental imagery. Oh, it feels bad. Bad memories. Yeah. Be like that sometimes. That's another thing, though. You gotta have that. It's like Minecraft. You have to like have a good idea of what everything is doing. Every tile you place, what it's adding in. Oh shit! That was not supposed to do that yet. I'm supposed to actually put this tile in first. We're just moving out the heat, man. Feels bad. Cycling in and out. Central storage unit's impossible for me when connecting my factories and remembering all the output numbers. Oof. Yep. I could see that being a problem. I don't know, though. Maybe I would enjoy it. I really don't know, because I just haven't played it. Alright, so we need to build these pump setups. Duplicates really just taking their time. We can go up this way. I've seen them do it. Oh, they're stuck because of this tile. Oh, I didn't realize that. And they have to go all the way around. Oh, I see, I see. Alright, let's give them this ladder set. So they could actually reach what they're actually trying to do now. Yeah, I don't like Factorial, though. So, I don't know. It's hard to say, it's hard to say. Alright, so we have 10 tons of petroleum here that we could start using for supercoolant refining. I could actually make 300 kilograms of supercoolant, which is not enough. So we'll wait till that stacks up a little bit first. Back to this geyser design. We gotta add oil here. And it's erupting. Should be fine, though. Should be fine. Let's turn this off. There we go. And then this is off as well. No, it's not. Yeah, we should be fine. The oxygen is at the bottom now. So we're still pulling oil from here, which is good. We need to do a 2-tile deconstruct now and then start mining through. Get to this geyser for water. We need to add the water into here as well. This is going to be fun. And there's still a lot of ice I got to put in, huh? I could actually make this pea water instead. I don't have enough pea water, though, to justify doing that. Okay, so the majority of the entombment is from the rockets, so I'm fine. This guy is cargo module, so yeah, it's the Fullerene stuff. This is already filled up. Oh, it's because it could stand on top of the regolith, what I mean. And that means I am going to pipe this back in. That's going to allow us to loop. Oops. And gonna get the fuel. So it's the same spot. The refueling should be the same every time. That should be good. I actually don't need this anymore. We need to get rid of that. Alright, so the suit line is struggling to get oxygen. Feels bad. Alright, so we really need this extra spawn, dude. And how is the cooling for this setup? The bottom is starting to get pretty cool. 15 degrees, 17. Top is still around 18, 22. It's close, it's close, it's getting there. What we could do is probably do water with the ice. Oh yeah, that could be smart. Do water with the ice, and then I need to do that back here as well. And then that's going to allow us to chill it down a little bit faster. Is that a farm or something? Yeah, this is going to be for Sleetweed. We're growing the cold food right here. So we're running an aqua tuner loop to chill everything down. I don't want to accidentally make ice, though. That's the problem. We're going to chill everything, and we might make ice for no reason. It should be fine, though. I think most of the heat loss comes from going over the aqua tuner. Because it's generating a lot of heat. I think it should be fine, though, overall. Alright, that needs a little bit more time. Okay, so fuel is good. Cut that. The other rocket's going to take some time to come back. Oh, it's coming back. Nice. That's going to crush the regolith. Sweet. These guys are going to get burned. Look at this guy. Just walks underneath the rocket exhaust like it's nobody's business. What a guy. Alright, we gotta add more oxylite. And then we're gonna have this guy launch out again once we're ready. Let's get the suit line redone. Alright. And then we'll have... We'll loop that after this launches. Wait for the autosave lag. Gotta do another repair, of course, on the top area. Alright, so these were the hot... Okay, it's getting cooler. Yeah, this used to be at 300 degrees. It's cooling down, which is good news. Alright, alright. Why do you have regolith below the rockets in the first place? So every time we get a meteor shower... Alright, there we go. That was lag. Every time we get a meteor shower, the regolith piles up like this on top of the doors. And then when the rockets come back, I have to open the doors. So that means that we get regolith falling through sometimes. Normally, I have a door muncher setup right here that crushes the regolith that falls through. But because this is, you know, iron, and then this is also iron, it was going to melt if I put it underneath the rockets. So instead, and because the rockets need to be on top of a solid, right? You probably want to have something like that. Aw, damn it. That didn't close in time. No. And then sometimes you get the meteors sneaking in because the doors don't close in time. Feels bad, man. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. All right, that melted a couple of my wires. I need to replace that. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. We got to replace that. All right, everything else is somewhat okay. Tragic. It'd be like that sometimes. Okay, so everything else is going pretty well. We're still having some issues here, right? Because we don't have enough water. Okay. So we probably... Yeah, we still have some water removing, so I probably want to put this back. So we could actually desalinate a little bit more. If this asteroid is deep in space, where do solar panels come from? Wait. Dude, the sun has unlimited range, dude. I'm just saying. The sun has unlimited range. So it should be fine, right? The sun does have unlimited range. Alright, so we're deep in space, but it doesn't mean that we're far away from the sun. How about that? We're deep in space, but that doesn't technically mean we're far away from the sun. Because technically, if I bring up the star map, we are 50,000 kilometers away from Earth. And this is Earth, right? So Earth got shattered, giant meteor, right? That's what that is. And we're 50,000 kilometers away from that. So if the sun is close by to hit Earth, we probably get a little bit of sun too. Alright, so this is good. Oh, that means I need to fix my lock on this side again, right? Yeah, I really should. So I think what I do is this. Place a tile here. Yeah. And then I have to place a tile here afterwards. And then we push up the middle tile. Well, even if you're further from Earth, you'd probably be depreciating values, but 50k kilometers is probably not that much. I really don't know in the grand scheme of things if that's far or not. Like, relative in space, is that supposed to be a lot of distance? I've seen those meme things like, oh, if you stack up 3 million elephants on top of each other, they could reach the sun. Right? It's like something weird like that. Hey, if you stack up 3,000 elephants, we could actually reach the moon or something like that. I really don't know how the distance works in space. I just kind of just nod along most of the time. Like, yep, that's how that works, man. Good old science class. I thought Dupes had to leave because pollution or some shit. No. So the story for that is, and if there's people in chat that don't want to get spoilers, pollution was not the main issue, but it was part of the problem. And the real problem comes from the solution that was, the solution that we came up with actually ended up being the problem. That's probably the best way to put it without spoiling it. But yes, the pollution was part of the problem. 150 million kilometers to the sun, so almost no difference that the meteors should matter more. Okay. Gravity is 200... The moon is 238 kilometers, or 238,000 miles from Earth, so you're within the Earth's gravity. Damn, that's tough. We're not within Earth's gravity? Oh, Spencer. Okay, so what happened was that in the lore, some spoilers if you guys are listening on YouTube. These are spoilers. So warning, fair warning. Giving it out to you guys right now, fair warning. So what happens is that the asteroids in the base game, there's a reason why there is a gravitas facility on top. The reasoning is because in the game, what's actually known to us is that we actually produce like high-tech tech, and these buildings were common on every one of the asteroids, right? At least according to the lore. And what happened was that rocketry travel and all that was all just normal stuff, right? Traveling from planet to planet is fine and all that stuff. And that's why we have these gravitas facilities. So what happened was that at the time, humans, or I guess better word is duplicates, was able to manufacture neutronium. And what happened was that we used the neutronium as a way to protect us from a lot of the things, which is why we have neutronium everywhere. And this neutronium was a result of the main duplicates' work. So in the printing pod, we have, I think, 30 or 32 duplicate DNAs inside of here. And if you follow a lot of the lore from the emails and stuff like that, I actually don't know where that is. Lessons? I don't know where that is. But if you go to like the email stuff right here, oh, investigations and emails and stuff like that, journals, research notes, you could piece together how that works. And they basically found the tech to make neutroniums themselves. They made the printing pod, they worked out the duplicates. And then what happens is that you find out that the original planet where all the people are from started waging war. And that was for resources. They started waging war with each other because they were trying to capture certain hubs for resources. And as a result, caused this problem. Then when that happened, the people are basically our research team on the other asteroids started to realize that, you know, the only way to save ourselves is to go back in time to stop us from creating the issue in the first place. And that's kind of why you're going to the tear. The tear is there because you're hoping to go back in time to stop yourselves from creating the problem. And I believe the problem stems from the fact that when we found out how to make neutronium, they were utilizing it to like shield themselves on Earth or something like that. I'm not really clear on that part. And because they did that, everything else came as a result. So the other countries wanting to attack, other countries wanting resources, and then of course, as humans are, greed kills. We eventually wiped out each other, and all that was left on humanity was the research teams, that is Gravitas. Afterwards, the people in the Gravitas facility, they make the printing pod that has everyone's DNA in. However, it's not perfect. They even mention that themselves. And what happens is that the original team is supposed to be dead. And everyone here is a clone of the original. So theoretically, humanity is already wiped out. And the duplicates are trying to resurrect humanity by going back in time. That's technically the lore. So that's kind of how everything came to be. Now the thing is that when Spaced Out came out, it's kind of different. Because I think Spaced Out, when, you know, how that all happened, it's an alternate timeline, right? Because you know how multiverse, universe thing, how that works out. You could go back in time, but it's probably not the same timeline in that regard, because you going back in time alters it, and that means the future is different, right? So it becomes something weird like that, which is why we have different critters. Some of the variations are a little bit different. But yeah, it's along the lines of that. Everything's so wacky and fun and Oni, including all the descriptions, so the backbone being bleak is kind of hilarious. So the thing with that is that a lot of the what happens to Earth has to be assumed. That's the problem. A lot of what you get in the database and the lore entries and the emails tells you more about the teams work, how they're trying to basically balance their relationships, with each other. Some people work together and they were ex-lovers, things like that. And then, it's very minor office things like, oh, someone stole my pens, things like that. And you get to hear more about them. They only very gloss over what's happening on the home planet. And then there's a couple emails that talk about the panic and disaster. And then I think it was only like a couple of the emails where the guy talks about how greed brought the end to everything. So a lot of what happens on Earth is assumed. I will say that. And a lot of what you get on the database just talks about how the technology came to be, how things are, why everyone's the way there is. And then you get to piece together that these are emails, kind of like in Fallout from a long time ago. That's what you have to figure out because you have a lot of redacted stuff, right? Like if you go through the emails, you might have like things that are like redacted. I don't know if I could find anything like that, but there is some of those like that. Maybe it's not the email, but investigations. But yeah, there's logs and stuff like that. Can I find anything that says redacted? But yeah, they talk about a lot of things like that. But yeah, that's kind of on the surface of the lore. I need to make a video that goes over that, actually. That's one of the things, but it's really hard to piece together. Because it's like, you're going to want the story to be more animated, so it's easier to follow. A lot of the times, me telling a story, it's hard to follow, right? If I had some pictures to showcase things, it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, I would say that it feels almost generic and stereotypical in how it feels like that's your normal dystopian ending, With great power comes great responsibility, and all that jazz. It just feels very classically dystopian. Oh, human greed pushes humans to extinction. Yeah, classic. Right? That's what it feels like. Horizon New Dawn kind of vibe. Is that how that is? I never played that game. But it makes sense. They have like high tech with low tech ideas kind of a thing. I don't know if that makes sense. Like they have a nice high tech bow, but they're using a bow and arrow still. It's a weird vibe, but I kind of get it. Yeah, it's generic as S. Yeah, it's not the foundation of the story. Yep. All right, so we get to remove this now. Humanity sends their clones forward in hopes they could survive. No, humanity sends their clones forward not so that they could survive, so they could resurrect themselves. Close. It's close. It's close. But yeah, I'd be like that sometimes. Oh, that's Horizon New Dawn. Oh, gotcha. I thought you were talking about Oni again. Gotcha. I could see how that was confusing, my bad. Yeah. No worries. I mean, at least you cleared it up, and it's all good. Now I'm on the same page. But yeah, that's my bad, technically. Alright, we got the first vacuum coming in. Alright, we're gonna remove the gas, and then we need to balance out the liquid lock. Whoa, this guy. No suit on, dude. You better not pee your pants. That guy's rude. Let's mop up the waters. Alright, so we still got to work on this. I want to have more dupes going outside, but I don't have enough oxygen. So I think what I will do is use a jank strat. And the jank strat's going to revolve around the canister emptier. So we're going to have this and the bottled up oxygen that we have. I think we have a lot. Yeah, we have 20 tons of oxygen, and we're going to release it on the canister emptiers in hopes that it overpressurizes the area. So that's going to allow the duplicates to have this pipeline pump oxygen into both suit lines. Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. And then I just need more oxygen production, man, just in general. We get water from here. We need more water dumped into there. More water comes from here directly into the spawn. I always kind of like Fallout universe because it's generic in the sense that, oh no, more resources and humanity. But the post-war civilizations like the Brotherhood of Steel or the NCR are really interesting. I feel like, not gonna lie, That's kind of how it has to be. If you don't want to dive into the deep story lore, it has to be generic. And that if you don't do that, it should be a little bit more fleshed out, right? Like sometimes you'll have, well, I know animes do this, and it's for different reasons, but sometimes you'll have like shows, they won't give you a lot of background information because they want you to assume it's a generic kind of like, you know, kind of not an idea, but like everything is generic. What the reason being is that so that you don't have to think about it. And then later on, they'll reflesh it out to kind of come in with the detail, why things are the way they are, how the characters came to be, and it starts to become a little bit better. But I feel like you kind of want that generic feeling so that it's not something you could rack your brain on. And then you kind of just develop the characters, develop the present world, and then eventually you'll have flashbacks, talk about how tech civilization was back then. And then after that, you basically are, just world building at that point. Because the thing is that world building, I feel like, only makes sense if the viewers have some sort of, lack of better words, attachment. Right? Because if you don't have an attachment to the world, or the characters, or where they come from, the backstory of a lot of things really doesn't mean anything, and it's null, right? I feel like that's necessary in order for that to become a good show. Well, not like Fallout doesn't flesh it out, the pre-war stuff, but most of it is just Cold War continued. And then between the three countries falls apart. Got the factions, leads into Fallout because it's supposed to be the world after the world, which is important. But the Brotherhood still is supposed to be the remnants of the army, and then Volt, the government build. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know much about the Fallout world, to be honest. Never really got that deep into it. I've seen some of the lore theory stuff that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I don't know enough about the game. Okay. So we're doing alright right here. Gotta do some mining. This is back. Oh, we took damage here? Wait, what? What's damaged? The chute? Oh, I probably got hit by a meteor then. That's fine. Alright, so we need more fuel here. Are we ready? Yeah, we're gonna do a launch right now. So this guy's ready. Let's do the launch. This guy needs fuel now. We'll wait for the launch. Everything else is pretty good. The K-Cows is still going up. Okay, you know what that means? All of the mealwood is gone now. All of the mealwood has to be gone, because it seems like we're okay without the mealwood. So we're just going to remove all the mealwood now, and I think everything's going to be fine. Polluted ice is alright. The glass is still being smelted. Good. We have 5 kilograms of fullerene. That's a whopping 5,000... Or, that's a whopping... Wait, 5 kilograms? Yeah, that's a whopping 500 kilograms of super coolant. Not bad. I bought this game when the DLC came out. Never played the normal game. Oh, got you. The normal game, I will say it's a lot more difficult, but also a lot more realistic. And although it is more realistic, I think what they did with the DLC was the right move. I will say that this game, the base game, was not attractive to a lot of players because of the fact that it wasn't... it didn't feel like a video game, more so a simulation. Because a lot of the calculations is not friendly for players playing the game. To give you an idea, rocketry used to be a lot more finicky. So happy chef. I would say that if you enjoyed Spaced Out and you want it to be a little bit more challenging with the rocketry specifically, you could play the base game. But I don't recommend it because it's one of those things where it's like, it's just not fun. So how this works is, what they used to do was your distance, how much you could travel, was on a weight-based algorithm, or a formula, basically. So every time you added in fuel, whether it's a oxidizer to burn, or liquid fuel in order to have combustion, you're adding in weight to the rockets. And that changes up the distance, right? So that means you would have really weird calculations that you have to be exact, or otherwise you just can't reach it. So one of the problems was is that as a player, you just imagine, oh, let's fill up the fuel tank all the way, and let's fuel up the oxalate all the way. That should mean that I go the farthest possible. No, that is not true. How it works is you have to bottle cap or bottleneck everything to set numbers so that you could go to the set areas exactly. And if you don't, the extra weight makes it worse because you travel slower with the extra weight, and because of how this everything works out, you basically get weird balance points. To give you an idea, this rocket is at 1098, this rocket is at 1343, this rocket is at 332, and this rocket is at 332. This is because of the different distances we have to go and the different type of rocket setups we have. So the cargo module, fuel tanks, command capsule is one setup. This is actually a clone of this rocket, so because they're both going to the same location, same range. But these rockets are clones of each other, but because they go to different locations, they're different fuel points they have to charge up to. So for new players and people playing the game for the first time, they would actually quit at this point of the game. Because of that fact, you would not really figure out how to get to the location you need to get to. Right? It's like, oh my god, I can't. What? I need to make a steam rocket, but I cannot go farther than these two asteroids. Like, what the hell? And then they just be confused because they don't know how to beat the game at that point.